All right. No one's here yet, so I have no way to tell if this is working. Let me see. What's this? Hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can. All right. Hello, my single viewer. Can you hear me at all when I'm speaking? Let me move this out of the way real quick. Go down here. Sweet. Yeah, he got this for like 30 or 40 bucks or something, like on a really good sale, and then with his discount and all this kind of stuff on top of that. And so he told me he wants me to try it out and see how well it works. It's a blue ice, or I don't know, some kind of fancy something. So, all right, let me pull this car back up then. And then we'll get the camera situated here in a sec so that you can actually see it. Just kind of stretching some pieces out a little bit here. Thank you. All right. There's one that we're going to need anyways. Not a lot of pieces in this this build. It's mostly going to be the roof of the car. There's a small pieces aplenty, it feels like. Won't feel that way in a minute, but so. All right. I'm going to grab a sip of my coffee here. So how you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Leroy here. There you go. I'm about halfway through that book now. Number 2 there. And it's actually, I think I told you before that I think it's much better written, actually. It's a lot more enjoyable than the first one was. Let me see. Where did I put... I forgot my stand thing I was going to use. Okay. That's all right. All right. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I forgot to grab something I thought I had here. There we go. Something to just help lift up the back of the laptop so it's easier to adjust the camera. There we are. And now we can just angle it down. And there we go. The Ecto-1 in its many-tiered glory. Like I said, it's mostly just the roof today for this part. And then I think bag 10 is the sides. Oh, this is actually bag 10. So, don't know what I'm talking about anymore. All right, so that was almost it for this whole part that you're going to see here. Is just putting these little pieces on here and attaching this like so. Where do you go? You go in the back. You go back here. Like that. Okay, and then we can actually just move this off to the side now. Oh, there we are. And we'll angle this down just a little bit further. All right. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week so far. My daughter just joined up with a crocheting course online or something like that. So that's what she's supposed to be doing now. Is they're doing a crochet club online or something like that. So, and if I need them, there are extra pieces around here somewhere. Right here. Doubt I'll need them, but just in case. All right, I'm looking for a white cheese slope. How in the world? So many white pieces. There we are. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it does. I'll have to steal it from my son or something. Nah, he's thinking about possibly streaming video games here and there at night, he said. So he picked it up as a future investment. I don't know if he will. I think he's having more fun building his computer than playing with it at times. He's been doing a whole bunch of like trade ups. Oh, you can't even see that. I'm sorry, guys. So it's good to have a hobby. If his hobby is building computers, so be it. Build all the computers you want, son. All right. And the last piece for the side. So I think this is a half of the top. Because I think you build the two halves before you put it on. Yep. So we'll set that to the side for now. Now we get to build the other half. And I'll make sure you can actually see it this time. All right. I think any hobby could be a really great hobby, Leroy. I think people far too often, well, not any hobby, right? Some hobbies you shouldn't do. Like, you shouldn't have a hobby that involves harming other people and all that kind of stuff. Unless that's something they're into, I guess. I don't know, but hey, that's them. But no, overall, any hobby is probably a pretty good hobby to have because it brings something to your life. It doesn't have to be a sense of purpose or anything like that, but it has to give you time to unwind, right? You have to be able to take that time that, could be doing math problems. It could be reading. It could be building things. It could be drawing. It could be gardening. Usually it's something that involves, and then this gets put to the side, involves a little bit of physical activity, but at the same time, generally it's more of a mental activity to give your mind, it sounds weird because you're using your mind, but it gives your mind a chance to focus on something outside of the normal for you. Yeah, it gives your mind a chance to focus on something outside of the normal for you that is not like an everyday problem and all that kind of stuff. And it sounds weird because sometimes your hobbies will involve you solving problems, like building the computer and all that kind of stuff that my son's been doing. Sometimes frustrates him because he's got to find a way to get some sort of wiring system to work or whatever with the parts he has on hand, or what does he have to do to make it work, all that kind of stuff. And even though it's still problem solving, it is not a everyday problem solving. It's not, well, what am I making for dinner tonight? What am I What am I going to be doing tomorrow? All that kind of stuff, right? It's a new problem. I know that sounds weird, but it is. It's a new problem for your brain to deal with, and that's a good thing. You don't want to stagnate yourself. There it is. You don't want to stagnate yourself too much in your own problems and woes and all that kind of stuff, because it will cause problems for you down the road. You're not going to be able to escape. You're not going to be able to breathe, and you need to be able to do those things. You need to be able to separate yourself from yourself sometimes. And the best way to do that is to give yourself a hobby that's not your normal everyday stuff. Some people like to sew. Some people, do a couple different things. Like right now I can hear my son, he's drilling something. That worries me. But yeah, I fully endorse people picking up hobbies. How far down does this go? Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not putting this down too far. Okay, it goes right here. This. That's why I was happy when my daughter said she wanted to do this crochet club thing. That's a great hobby to have. Gives your fingers something to do while your mind is doing something, and you don't have to be like, well, what's for math today? What's for social studies today? It's a school hobby because it's a school club, but at the same time, it is not a school-related issue. So that's good. Yeah, if you guys don't have hobbies, I highly encourage finding one. You can even just pick up the hobbies I used to have. Like picking on my sisters was a hobby. Thank you. I have decided that if it's going to have to be a thumbnail of myself, I need to make sure that I am amused more than anyone else. And if you guys are amused on top of that, it's perfect. How you doing, Navy? All right. Okay, and then I put this on. I'm trying to remember. Like I've built this before, so I'm kind of trying to remember some of the fun things. I went to go drink my coffee and almost grabbed the microphone. Oh, some of the fun things that occurred when I was building this part, but to be honest, I don't recall. It's not that it wasn't fun. I actually had a lot of fun building this whole thing when I built it the first time. It's just, I think I was building this set part at least very late at night. So one of my hobbies when I'm not doing this on camera is I really enjoy building model sets, Legos, all that kind of stuff. And usually when I'm building and I'm on my own, I am also having beers because you got to make it a challenge, right? That's okay. No, that's not the real reason. I just enjoy drinking beer when I'm relaxing, but it definitely sometimes does make it a little bit more of a challenge as you're building, and the pieces don't seem to stay in one spot. All right. Oh, I love when they do this trick in Lego. When they'll take a piece like this, and they'll take a piece that's kind of like this, and then they sandwich them together. And I don't know why. I always like that building trick. So ends up looking really nice when you do it. And what ends up happening is, on its own, it would look like this, right? So you'd have that, and it just, when you put this on, and it kind of covers it up a little bit, and then it brings the curve out further. So it changes the whole setup with just one additional piece, which I think is a very fascinating trick to use. It's actually something that a lot of Lego sets do. It'll look like it's never going to work out the way they have it set up. And then they'll put one piece on top of it and it changes the whole dynamic of the appearance. They should? That would make me very sad, Rach. That would make me very sad. I'd cry tears of shame and pain. Could you imagine gluing all the Legos together and then stepping on that pile? Oh, none of them would shift. That would be murder. Okay, so I was looking at the I don't often do it, right? But sometimes I'll buy the same exact toy. It'll just be like, different colors or all variations, all that kind of stuff. I don't often do that just because I kind of think it's pointless. I don't need a ton of variations of the same guy. Unless it's Optimus Prime, apparently, because I have like several. And it's all the same guy in different variations. But that's a little different. But I was looking at the Ecto-1 that's being re-released again. I was looking at them, and it looks like it's based off of the Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters movie coming out, because he has a lot of these same like rust spots and all that kind of stuff. And I was looking at that, and I considered it, and then I decided, no, I don't really want it. The other reason why I thought about it is I like the faceplate on there better because it's over his face. It's an actual faceplate. Oh, no. Really? How am I missing? Oh, come back. All right, well, that'll be fixed later then. We'll see what I have in the next bag when I get to it. I like the face on the new one that's coming out better. It's got the goggles down. And that's actually one of the... Really? You son of a... The goggles being down on the face actually looks nicer. Because it helps to cover up the fact that he has a weird face, in my opinion. All right, this goes over this. Come on, you. Really? Doesn't. Oh, I remember how. Okay, never mind. All right. I was confused for a second there. I was like, that doesn't lock down. It does this way. One, two. All right. Getting into the beginning of the roof rack setup here. I actually really liked putting together the roof rack. I do remember that much. It was really cool because they talk about some of the parts in the instruction manual here, and I'll look at them and I'll talk about them a little bit when I get to it. But describe what some of the pieces are on the roof rack. I was wrong. Okay, I need this and this. That goes in here. This gear will actually connect, kind of like well, you'll see in a second, anyways. But it'll be kind of like how like a train wheel works on the old steam locomotives, with the how it turns this and then turns to something else over here. Which, like I said, you'll see all that in just one moment. Oh, I gotta get that piece, don't I? I do. Damn it. Excuse me for 1 second. One of the parts fell on the ground. Oh, Jesus. Why has the floor got to be so far away? I actually applied for a job like that, Rach. Building Lego sets that they display at like the Lego stores and all that kind of stuff. I did not get the job though. I was very disappointed. Right here? Yeah, no. Wrong one, this one. And this fits in the middle of this. And we put it on gear like this. So what'll happen is as this turns, it just moves this piece back and forth. So yeah. One, two, and then these pieces are fun too. The little gold bricks they designed. They use them in a lot of different sets now for all kinds of purposes. But that's what they originally were for like the pirate sets and all that kind of stuff. You'd have those being laid out as gold bricks. Now they're used for everything from this just as like a cap off piece to everything else. This is actually also a really cool color before I forget. I don't have too many in this color, but it's like I don't know how it shows up, but it's a gunmetal gray with a little bit of a sheen to it. I don't have too many in that coloration. Okay. And there's this. I was wrong. That song is stuck in my head, and I do not know why. And I'm not a big fan of the song either, which is the most frustrating part. All right, so now we got to pull in the big boy again. Move this stuff out of the way. Oh, mercy. And we're going to start putting the roof on. I wish I had more toys than everyone, but, it's not so much that I have more toys. It's just that I haven't gotten rid of all my toys over the years. Kept them in boxes and attics and all that kind of stuff over the years. Well, that's a lie. I have gotten rid of toys over the years. I used to have all kinds of toys that I've donated to like daycare centers and stuff like that for like the older kids. Okay, what are you stuck on here? Oh, I know what you're stuck on. All right. Yeah, no. All right. Well, hey, well, at least we know that's on. Okay. Oh, I see. In the back, don't you fall instruction booklet. In the back, there are the. God damn, this thing is long. This piece here, and it's supposed to fit behind these pieces, and that's actually what's catching, is it's not going behind them. So I got to just manhandle it a little bit. There. Like that. We'll close that back up. Okay. Let's move the directions to over this side then. Well, But yeah, so almost done with this part of the build, actually. Got this, bottom, on here, and then on here. And this goes in front of this piece. Now lock that together. And then these, looks like it goes here. These long, I like some of these long slope pieces. They're fun to have. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on, you. There we go, line up. So yeah, we're getting somewhere now. And now we gotta move this out of the way again. Don't you come off, bumper. Bag number 11. This is fun. I got so into the build I didn't bother to look at the chat for a sec. I look up and you guys are plotting to overthrow me, huh? You know, you could always just come over and play with my toys and go home. You don't have to keep them. That's, you know, what friends do, right? They let friends come over and play with their stuff. All right, I gotta move these directions to a different area now, so you can kind of see what I'm building. Thanks, Navy. I appreciate it, man. I'll make you some curry the next time I see you then. And we'll make Rach and Leroy sit down and watch. They won't get any. All right. It's kind of a gloomy day out, but I think that's normal for winter. Where are you at, peace? I can hear the dog downstairs. And it's gone quiet everywhere else, and that's always worrisome. I think that is honestly the one thing that you always think, oh, that's so silly. Why would parents worry about that stuff, right? When your parents are like, oh, yeah, you know, you go quiet and everyone would be worried. All right, perfect, Leroy. I'll get some food ready for you, bud. But you know, you always sit there and you think as a kid, you know, that doesn't make sense. My parents probably liked it when I was quiet since they always complained about how loud I was all the time. And then you become a parent yourself and your kids go quiet. And your first thought is, what mischief are they up to? And how much is it going to cost me? It's always good to have time to relax with the dogs too, though. Hopefully they don't have to spend too much time, you know, outside and getting rained on, because that's almost never a pleasant smell. I've met very few dogs who didn't have that weird, fluffy, not pleasant smell when they were wet. Okay. All right, Peace. I know you're in here somewhere. There you are. apparently, the other day, my son took his sister out for a little bit. They went out to go shopping or something together, and the deer were in the yard eating the last of the apples off the tree we have, and I don't know. It's always weird to me because I grew up in some areas where deer were present, right? But it was never such a city structure like this. Like this is definitely a city here, right? That I live in. And so to me, it's a little unusual to see deer just walking down the road. But it's also nice because I think even in a city, sometimes having that connection back to nature is good. Yeah, I try to keep Ace bathed regularly so that he doesn't stink too much if he gets wet. That does help with dogs and keeping their dog smell down. It's like dog sweat, I guess, even though they don't actually sweat. But that's the only way I can explain it. Okay, so this has always been a weird thing to me when I'm building, and they'll be like, yeah, use these 2 3 long pieces in a row. Why not give me 1 6 long piece, since that is a regular piece that Lego makes? And I mean, why use 2 3 longs? Why not use, maybe it's just cheaper to produce the 3 long? Whatever it is, it's always confused me why they don't just, use like a 3 long or a 6 long in place of a 3 long, where I don't know, maybe the parts count is a thing that they have to fulfill up to a certain point, and that's the easiest way to do it, is to go, well, we can break this in half. Your dog has her, Leroy, I'm sorry, you have like a smaller dog though, don't you? Oh, get off there. I can kind of understand it with like smaller dogs, because they usually also have, a thinner coat, and depending on the breed, they probably need to actually stay dry more. Like I wouldn't want a Chihuahua out in the rain a lot. I'd want a coat on that dog. So this is most of the roof rack. We're gonna start adding stuff onto it. Some of the stuff I already have stickers on, of course, because that's what I did ahead of time since I built it once already. All right, where are you? There it is. Like this one. It says, danger, electrical equipment, authorized personnel only. I should probably be wearing my glasses to read that one. But I love these things, the little green tubes and stuff on the cars. I think this is probably, I don't remember if it was on the Ecto-1 in the first movie and all that kind of stuff, but it makes me think maybe it's like a slime tank of some sort. Because I know the first Ecto-1 had the yellow on it, but I don't remember if it had the green in the first movie or the second movie, but it did have it. I know that much. I just can't remember. I've always thought it was for slime storage of some sort. Okay. I was wrong. And then we're going to actually use another fun trick that you sometimes use with Lego. And we're going to take, this is a number 3 Technic pin. And we're just, or rod rather, Technic rod. You put it in the one and then you stick in the other. And there you go. So now you have 2 flat ends. That's what I keep thinking too, Leroy. I keep thinking it's probably the second movie. And then that goes on here. Like so. Like that. And I got it upside down. Like that. So. All right, and then this is, like I said, they explain some of it, but they don't explain all the parts. I wish they did. It would be so much fun trivia to have, to be like, yeah, this is the positronic reactor that causes this, that, and the other thing to happen. But they don't ever do that because they're butts and they want to make me guess and imagine things. Who said I should use my imagination? This is another, danger electrical equipment, authorized personnel only thing. And then we put these on. So originally, this side would have been where the ladder is, because it's going to go on the car like this if the car's facing front. I'm pretty sure. Let me think. I don't remember now. No, this is the front. Yeah, so this would have been the ladder side. So, no, maybe. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. But I think this is supposed to have been where the ladder was originally. All right, and then next we're building the siren, actually, which is a printed piece. One of the few printed pieces in the set. And the printed piece is interesting in that there is a description below it as to what it does, because it's the siren for the car, right? And the description reads, the pitch of this federal siren has been modified to set it apart from other emergency vehicles in New York. In other words, we're not breaking any laws by having a siren on this vehicle. And then there's just I don't know how well it'll show up, but there is a picture of the actual siren on the actual Ecto-1 there. And then we have the red floodlight on the other side. Oh, the Muppet Babies decided to explain all the parts? Well, that doesn't count. I'm sorry. I deny Muppet Babies being in the Ghostbusters universe because that is too much cuteness for Ghostbusters. There we go. So, siren and like a little red floodlight. That's why I keep thinking this is the front of the vehicle. It is the front of the vehicle. Yay, I was right. So yeah, so this would have been the side where the ladder was, so it was probably meant to hang over this originally. They explain why the ladder is moved in this book for the upcoming movie as well. And it has to do with the swing out seat. There it goes there. The Muppet Babies told me to use my imagination. Well, Muppet Babies don't know what they're talking about. Because Tokuger told me the same thing, and I didn't listen to them either. Got a little, I don't know, thing. Looks like a spider almost. All right, and then we are building the modified marine radome antenna. That's not part of it. This is. Okay, so I can't read any of this because it's just lines, but it's supposed to probably still more warnings. All right, you. So what we're building here is a modified marine radome antenna, and it sends out sonar-like sweeps to detect spectral particles, apparently. So basically what I honestly thought it was for originally when I was looking at the... Knowing me, I probably read about it somewhere and forgot that I read about it. But when I looked at the toy years ago, I always figured that's kind of what it was for, was like a ghost's antenna of some sort. And that's exactly what it is. So this is a spectral detection device. And then this is cool, though. Sorry about the sneeze. Okay. It uses these stocks, or rapiers, whatever you want to call them, but fencing swords for antenna. I have a couple of these, actually. I actually have one of the Three Musketeers from ages ago, one of the first Lego minifigure blind packs that they did. Oh, coffee. And I have a couple other figs that have come with it over time, but I quite like it as an antenna. It actually looks really cool. So there's that. And then we're going to put this on the car as well. So now I got to move some stuff around and grab the car. Oh, you're a big boy. You're a big boy now. And then this goes over this. How far? This far. Line up, you. Like this, and like that. All right, there. All right, so we're getting somewhere. Couldn't tell you where we're getting, but we're getting there. All right, and I think the rest of it actually gets built. Oh, so I don't remember if I mentioned this, but these little pieces up here are being used to help support the vehicle, and we're actually going to remove them now. Mostly because enough of the vehicle's been put together that the front of the car shouldn't just fall off. So we've got the yellow parts, and these will actually be used as the other tank. So we got to drive the Ecto-1 off to the side here. You go over. Dang it. Yeah. The front won't come off, but I'll pull the bumpers off all the time. All right, there you go, Ecto-1. You go there for now. Okay. All right, so we're going to build these little bumblebee-looking pieces. These are kind of, usually, you'll see them like, I have some of these with a Joker set, where you put them together like this, and then they would put something like that in the bottom and make a balloon. But on this case, we are making, I don't know, air tanks, maybe? Exactly what these probably are, seeing that they have the pressure valves on them, or speedometers, or whatever they end up using them for at the time. So I'm building two of these. I don't have an anyways. We'll worry about that later. All right, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. So because I've been building, not building, but doing some He-Man stuff the last few days, I've been looking online for like little factoids, or at least information about when the sets first came out, and I actually stumbled across a really cool channel called Spectre Creative. And he talks a lot about the Classics line is what it was called in like 2009, I think, because he was part of the design team for that. But while he's talking about those, he also spends a lot of time talking about the original 1984 or 1982 or whatever. I think it was 82, 83, 84 kind of deal. Lines. So we got that, and now we're building a couple parts. So we need this. We're building a little siren on the front. And this. Let me go ahead and push the camera up a little bit. Oh no, now you can see my beard. And this piece here. I need the number 9. And then this fits in. All right, put it together a little bit wrong, but that's easy to fix. So it goes like this all the way forward. My bad. And then this actually fits through these pieces like this. And this is what you'll use to turn the car. And now we're going to build a radar dish on the back that is going to use this to turn back and forth. So yeah, after this is just the side panels on the bottom here and the, what's it called? My brain just went dead. The wheels, if I remember correctly. Like this. And then we put this on. I've always loved these little bubble canopy pieces. And to be honest, very often I use them in my own like personal builds just because I don't know, I just think they're really cool. So I often use them for like the windows and stuff. All right, and then the last thing I need to do is attach this gear, which should feed all the way to this, like that. And so we're going to attach this to this. It looks like, but where? Here. It goes on. There you go. There. So yeah, so as the back wheels turn, this will rotate. And that is, do they describe it at all? No, of course they don't. That would be way too easy. All right, and then the next thing we're building is the sniffer. At least I think that's what it's called. Another don't approach danger electric. All right. Like this. Let me see here. No, turn these like this. Yes, okay. And then this goes on here. Put these on. And these go on. This is the front. So this one has a warning sticker on it as well. Basically, that's all you read is warning. Oh, I got the warning on the wrong side though. Apparently they want people to be able to see it for some reason. So it goes facing offside the car. And then more red pieces. And then the yellow piece goes on the bottom. Like that. And then we just throw a white tile on top. And it goes here. Might have to adjust this so that it. So, yeah. So as this piece turns, that'll turn back and forth too. Now I do want to adjust this a little bit though, because I want this to be straight along with this piece at the same time. Nope, come on you. So that they're both basically facing the same direction at the same time. And there. So that, that gear really spins. Sorry. All right, so that is the roof rack assembled. Let's see. So this is the TU antenna, better known as the sniffer. It monitors psychokinetic energy. So yeah, so this is the sniffer. Apparently just monitors psychokinetic energy. There. Kind of straight for both. And now we just got to put some antennas on. So let's go ahead and move you out of the way for a sec. Pull these pieces over. Oh, I know, I just saw it. This, and then we got darker gray, and we got this. So we got a little antenna. And on the little antenna, we're going to fit this cable. I like this cables that they have in this set. It's actually really cool. And then at the end, we need, come here, you, if I can pick it up. One of these little puck-looking pieces, and then this. And then, is there anything else going on it? Nope. And then we can put together the side view mirrors too one time. So pull the car over, and we'll start attaching stuff. So this will go on the front here, and then this piece plugs in up here. Like that. So we got the cord, and I can turn that so that straightens. And then we are making a mirror as well. So that goes on. This attaches here. And then this. And there we go. One side view mirror. We'll turn the car around, look at the other. Yeah, so this is just about done here. And as you can see, it has gotten quite large as time's going on. I mean, it can't even fit all on camera at once without pulling way back. So, like I said, I really actually quite enjoy this set. And now we are actually building the last parts here. So let me just pour this out a little bit. Oh, don't fall. Ha! Stopped you this time. And then everything stuck in the bag falls out right. Move this out of the way for a sec, a little bit. And we got the tires will be going on, finally. But that's not what we're doing first. I think we're building the light bars first, which will attach here and here. So yeah, there's a lot of blue pieces in this build. Like clear blue. We got this. Let's move this out of the way. Ecto-1 away. I might actually just put the wheels on it now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the wheels on it now to make it easier to move around. Let me just see something here real quick. Okay, I think. Okay, it's going to go with the Which way facing out? This way facing out. Okay. So on a lot of the wheels, the rims have two sides. You have a side that's really indented and has like the bolts and all that kind of stuff. And then you have a side that's like that usually, which is kind of looks more like a hubcap. And we're going to actually put that on the side facing out. Maybe. There we go. One. Come on, you. Yeah. Two. And they roll really nicely. Three. But this will actually just make it easier for me to move the car around on the table, so I won't have to pick it up as much. And four. So yeah, so as it rolls, and like I said, these wheels roll so freely. They are on separate ones, so I'm spinning the wheel closest to me, and as you can see, the radar dish doesn't turn if I spin this one. And that's because of the way it was really originally built. I don't know if you'll remember way back then, but it's built with the axles for these two pieces are actually separate. Much like on the front, this wheel does not affect the other wheel. Yeah, they have, Uni. They really have. But now I can roll this sucker, and it won't get in my way. So let's build the light bars. If I can find the part I was working on. There it is. Angle this down a little bit. And there we go. But yeah, this is the last of everything for the set. Which means that it'll soon be displayed with some of the other big old cars I have on top of my mantle. I have no idea what their next master build car will be. The one before this was the Harley Davidson, which is not one I collected. Oh, no, sorry. The one before this was a Fiat, which is still not one I got. I did get the Mini Cooper, though. And I got, what is it? I've got the, oh, I can't see him from here. But I got like the Mini Cooper, the Volkswagen Beetle, the, what's it called? The Volkswagen van, the hippie van, the Mustang, James Bond's Audi, and this. I feel like I'm missing one. I don't think I am. But yeah, I just really wasn't interested in the Fiat. I have no real connection to it. Whereas, I enjoy James Bond movies, and the reason why I got that was, one, like I said, I enjoy the James Bond movies, and two, the main reason was my grandfather and I used to chill out watching James Bond on Thanksgivings. Yeah, it is very relaxing. I was actually talking about that earlier, Uni, about how people need to find hobbies that are, even if it's something that is thought-provoking, it's not something that's thought-provoking in your everyday life. It's not like solving a what's for dinner problem or whatever. It's more like, okay, well, how do I fit this piece on here? Or, what's the crossword puzzle? Or what plants should I plant today? Or something that's separated from your everyday life. Because people need that in order to unwind. If you can't, there we go. Yeah, if you can't find a good balance that way, you end up burning yourself out. And so this is how I unwind. I build things and I play with toys, read books. Very nerdy ways to unwind, but they are very fun ways for me. Video games are something that you enjoy. And they're a great way to unwind, but even though I think you have fun playing them, I don't think that would be something that you could consider a hobby personally, because it's those are really part of your everyday life. Oh, crap. This isn't supposed to be blue. I was thinking too much about what I was saying. These are actually another printed piece. Got a little vents on them. Yeah, I think video games are a great way to have fun and relax, but it's not a hobby to relax with if it's kind of part of your job, which it kind of is for you. So I think it's great that you play video games and you have that way to chill out, but I wouldn't call that a hobby. The AT-AT sets are really fun. I've never built one myself, besides on a computer program I actually have. I built the AT-AT on a, what's it called? The Lego Digital Designer, which was a program that Lego used to have out. I don't know if it's still available by Lego. I actually have it on a hard disk drive, right? Plus, not a hard disk drive. Hard disk drive. I have from one of my old laptops. I have everything that was on there on a separate drive. That I booted up just the other day, and was able to log into everything on there, which was nice. The only downside to the fact that I don't think, like I said, I don't think Lego does the digital designer anymore, is it doesn't update with new pieces. At least, like I said, I got to check into it. I haven't really looked too hard. But but yeah, that's an easy, cheap way to build Legos. So the way the digital designer was first used was kind of like Lego Ideas, which is where people submit their own creations. Oh no, I'm out of coffee. Their own creations to Lego to be like, okay, look, I think this is something that you could sell, which is actually what started the Ghostbusters sets. Is their first? Did I build this backwards? You bet your bottom dollar I did. Their first Lego set, the first Lego Ecto-1, was a fan build that Lego decided that they would create as well for themselves. Oh. No. I break everything. That they would put out for themselves after doing a little bit of modifying to make it, there we go, more accessible to the general public, like price-wise, which is usually the main changes that occur when they do the fan-created Legos. Oh, this is too far up. And the digital designer was originally meant to be something like that, where people could create their own sets and buy the parts off Lego through the digital designer. And what would happen is Lego would also have the ability, if they wanted to, since it was their program, they could actually, you could download the instructions to Lego. So whenever you would purchase the parts, the way they would purchase them is you would send the instructions to Lego. They would create a parts list and an instruction booklet for you based off the instruction booklet that you created when you were building it. And so what would happen is Lego would then have the ability to use those fan creations in order to put out new sets that fans had created. Well, the problem came down to the fact that a lot of people decided it was cheaper to use the digital designer program, and this is the truth, to use a digital designer program to create older sets that were no longer on the market. And I gotta put the hubcap covers on now. That were no longer on the market, and have Lego send them the parts because it was cheaper to do that than try and find the set on the secondary market once Lego stopped creating them. which is good and bad. It's good in the fact that Lego still made money off the sets and off Digital Designer, but it was bad because it meant that anytime Lego created a set and decided to discontinue it, people could go around that that effort, because Lego discontinues sets for multiple reasons. One, it does create a incentive to purchase. Like if you sit there and you're like, oh, this set's not going to be around forever, so I might as well purchase it now rather than trying to get it later when the cost is going to be so much more. Lego's going to make money that way. Well, if people don't have to worry about, hey, if I don't purchase this set now, I may not be able to purchase it in the future. If they don't have that concern, people aren't going to go ahead and attempt to buy those parts or buy those sets as they come on market. They're just going to wait until later on and just buy the parts and all that separately. So what Lego started to do with their digital design is they changed it so that you couldn't purchase certain parts. They would take them they would change Lego Digital Designer and update it every now and then and take parts out, add parts in. So, like, for example, when Star Wars started to get big and they decided to discontinue some of the TIE Fighter sets, Lego had to... Sorry, I'm just looking at the instructions real quick. Lego decided to make some of the, the cockpit bubbles inaccessible to buy. So you could no longer use those parts on the Lego Digital Designer. You could get a lot of the other parts, but you couldn't get the bubbles and all that kind of stuff. So that people couldn't just sit there and buy, sometimes for cheap, cheaper than they were being sold by Lego, because Lego also has to add on the price of the brand trademark. So people were, kind of getting around all that stuff, and so Lego decided to just start making it harder for people to purchase the parts. And eventually, Lego Digital Designer just kind of went out completely because of that. Oh, one side. We actually are meeting this side. So, like I said, I don't think it's a program that's offered anymore by Lego. I've had it since I think the Digital Designer program I have now is the last one they updated, and that is from 2003. I have that program still. But yeah, that program doesn't connect online or anything anymore. There's no servers for it. I'm sure you could find copies of it online still. Well, you never know. You never know, BCP. It could be. It could be. Yeah, I have all kinds of useless information like that. But yeah, if anyone's interested in that program, just let me know, and I'll try and figure out a way to get a copy of it to you guys. All right, so this goes here. All right, where is... All right, so this is going to be... Okay. This is kind of a cool part. So there are let me see. There's that tab there, and these two ball joints here. And to make it so that the part actually goes at an angle, they're using two of these, and they connect up like that in here, and just fit like that. And then we'll just build the rest over top of it directly. So I need this. I've seen some interesting tricks lately online for because I look up this stuff every now and then, like mock builds and all that. And two of them down there. There are some mock builds for. Come on, you. Sorry, I can't even see what I'm doing without looking on the camera, and on the camera I'm washed out, so it's hard to see too. There. So on the mock builds I've been looking at lately are for the Super Mario sets. Mostly because I'm interested to see how other people are making those sets work for them. The sets themselves are interesting looking, but not something that I have a real affinity for. I don't really enjoy the appearance of them overall myself. Mostly just because I find they look a little too, I don't know, I think they just look a little too goofy overall. And it just doesn't interest me. But I've been seeing some cool stuff that people are doing. Like one guy made some dioramas. Okay, and then it plugs in over here. Where like thwomps, the thwomps and stuff would have a sticker on it, would move. All right, let's move this down a little bit further so the pipe bends a little bit more. Like that. That should work. But yeah, the thwomps and stuff move on that set. And I was looking at how he did it. And he kind of built it almost like a roller coaster. And it was really cool. So he took, they're actually roller coaster chains and stuff like that you see. And the chain runs in a loop. And the thwomp has, let's move this off to the side. The thwomp has a, where is it at? Something like the part I just put on the car. So you won't, has a C-clip, right? Something like this. And what happens is as the chain runs, it normally clips on and it pulls the thwomp up, right? So it'll run the thwomp up. And when it gets to the top, the way he got around making the chain disconnect from the clip is when it gets to the top, there's a gear on the inside of the thwomp that hits like a rod that sticks down. So the rod sticks down, hits the gear, it turns the gear just enough that the clip disengages and the thwomp drops. And when it drops, there is another little rod on the bottom that pops up and turns the gear back out. And so the gear comes back out, catches the thing, and goes back up. I thought that was very ingenious. It was a very cool method that he used. See, he has a bullet bill that he put on a rubber band launcher. He made a rubber band launcher for it, so you can fire it and knock Mario off the other end. He made a like the turtle, like a little turtle launcher for the turtle shells. It was really cool. I was enjoying looking at what he did. I've been seeing some stuff lately that's been making me itch to create my own stuff again. All right. I got it facing this way. Just do it that way so I don't make them. Ooh. Okay. And so this is the very last of it. This is just the last cover, and then I think there's just a couple other little pieces to put on, and then just to build the mobile ghost trap. You hear a puppy. Oh, yeah, Ace was barking at the boys downstairs. They're playing something online, and it probably woke him up because surprised you didn't hear that. The little explosion off the Xbox. My son has a pretty good sound system. Okay. All right, and then we're putting these on, which go where? Here? Yeah. Oh, that's the other fun part of this set. I forgot about it. One of the last things you also build is you build a bag of marshmallows. All right, so now roll this off to the side just a little bit. All right. I don't remember why this has the... Oh, I do remember. Never mind. I lied. So this is going to be the other one of the other parts for the... Oh, come on, you. There you go. Sorry, there was a part stuck inside of another part. For the back wall there. But yeah, this is almost done. All right, and then this, roll this back into the stage. We'll go here. Basically, all that's left after the side panel gets on is the ghost trap, the marshmallow bag, and come on, what the heck? There we go. And the blowing stuff off. And the ladder is going to also have to be built too. Backlight. So there's a lot of little things that happen right near the end to finish it off, but oh my gosh. I'm breaking everything. All right. Let's scoop this one up. Let's see if that'll work a little nicer for what I need it to do. Keep knocking this thing off. Come on, you. There we go. There. All right. So what are we doing now? We got that on. And now we need these. Now we're building the other back panel part. We'll go on here. Like this. There we go. No, it's this is the modified marine antenna or something like that. I'll have to go back to look. They actually tell you what it is. It's helps to detect, ghost signals. You've got a radar dish for listening. You've got a sniffer, siren, tanks. All right, let's go down this end. Down here. This goes up on the top. Over here. Oh. I might have made a boo-boo. But not a big one. It's easy to fix. Got to fill in the gap on the side here. Oh. Man. I am just clumsy as all get out. There we go. There. So this is basically most of the Ecto-1 put together. Got to put the light bar on. Got to put the ladder together, which is actually what they have you doing next. Got to break stuff, because that's what I'm good at. Let's move you off to the side. Oh, man. So they explain in the directions here. I'll read exactly what they say in a minute. But they do explain the directions why the ladder will be on the opposite side. I've probably said this 8 billion times already, but why it's on the opposite side of the Ecto-1 in the new movie, which is what this Ecto-1 is built around. This is the Ecto-1 from the new movie. But they'll explain it here in the directions better than I normally do. In just one sec. They actually give the name of one of the characters too, actually. So let me just put this down, and then I'll read the bit. So these will clip down to here, like this. And then this. How did I screw up so bad? Okay, what did I do wrong? Oh, man. That is 1 second. I actually got to take this part apart because I put it together backwards. So we'll just set the car right here, and you get a nice angle of the roof rack. Okay, you. Come on. Oh. I was hoping I could just pull it off, but it doesn't want to come off. There. And then we'll just flip it around. And where's the piece I need? There it is. I think that's probably the best part about Lego is you can fix it quite easily. Okay. Every time I look up at the chat, every now and then, you guys are saying some ridiculous thing. God damn it. All right. There. Fixed. Now we can put it on properly. Make sure that's on. Okay. And now we'll turn it back on. I had this on the opposite side that it belongs on because this is supposed to flip onto here. So, and then go over these yellow parts. Like that. So, yeah. So, like I said, the ladder's on the opposite side because, as the instructions will tell you, the roof rack ladder offers quick access to the Ecto-1's special rooftop equipment. It was moved in order to make room for the new gunner seat door, which is, I don't know how many of you have seen. I've seen some commercials where they show the Ecto-1 racing around a corner, and the door is open, and where's it? There it is. The gunner seat's swung out, and it's racing around the corner kind of deal. So that's why the roof rack ladder was moved, was so that you could open this door, apparently. All right. All right, so what's next? Next, we're building some hoses. Oh, man, what was I talking about before I got sidetracked by my mistake? Don't remember. They'll come back to me eventually. Oh, man. Well, yeah, so let's roll you out of the way for a minute. There we go. I'm doing good. How are you? Hopefully keeping out of trouble. Yeah, this thing is almost done. Like I said, this is the very last of everything. Turn this properly. And then the hoses get on here. Oh, come on, you. Making the hoses go on these pipes is always a little more difficult than it needs to be. But at the same time, there we go. They hold so well. You can beat your kids with these. And no one would ever know. I'm sure they would. Don't take my advice. Don't beat your children with Legos. Okay. So it was what? Okay, so I was talking about that originally. Okay. I couldn't remember. I lost track of what I was saying, and then that was it. But yeah, so they just moved the ladder in the movie to make room for the gunner door. And let's put this part back on. And we'll turn this car around. Don't make me turn this car around. But I'm going to anyways. So now we're just going to attach the hoses. Just what these holes down here were for. And let me see if I can get them without being able to really see them. That's good. Sleep is always good. You should never avoid sleep. Oh, come on, you. There. All right. And then where's it attached to on the top? I think I know where it goes. Yep, I was right. And then we're going to just feed it over to this part here. Come on. Cooperate. Nope. We're going to break it apart instead. Okay. Whatever you say, Lego. Whatever you say. There we go. And then we take another hose. Well, not another hose, another one of these. All kinds of wires on this vehicle. These parts here are kind of fun. I call them pucks, but that's what they make me think of. But they're basically one stud flat pieces that they put a little pin on top. And it goes down there. Goes here. Goes there. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and build the last light bar. Actually, you know what? We're going to build it directly on where it goes. Make it easy. No, that won't be easy. I lied. We're not going to do that because that wouldn't be easy. Mostly because it has all the blue cheese slopes. But I have to go on there. I've had the Legend of Zelda theme song stuck in my head now, and I don't know why. I'm going to have to play Breath of the Wild again soon, I think. That is a fun game. If you have a Switch and you don't have Breath of the Wild, I recommend it when you're ready to play a new RPG type of game. It's quite a beautiful game for on the Switch too. Number 2, Breath of the Wild 2 should be coming out soon. There are rumors it's going to be co-op, which would be interesting. The rumors you get to play as both Zelda and Link in co-op kind of deal. I haven't played, what's it called? The Hyrule Warriors one. Not too interested in, Dynasty Warrior type games. Though part of me wants to get not the Breath of the Wild one, but the one that came before it, because apparently it has a couple thousand hours worth of gameplay if you want to do everything in it. And that's always nice to have a game that you can just go to and play a little bit here and there. Let's see. Straighten these out. So one of the ways to make your set look nice, of course, is by straightening out pieces. And the easiest way to do that is just take a flat edge and line up the parts that way. Put this on this side to help hold the parts in place so I don't break off another one. But that way everything kind of lines up straight and looks a little nicer. Ooh, Hot Wheel tracks hurt. Those hurt. Am I really missing that many? How could I? Okay, well, I'll have to find them later then. That's weird. Apparently, I'm missing a bunch of the slopes, which shouldn't have happened since I put them directly in the bag as I went along. But I have a box of spare pieces. I'll pull them out later. So for now, we'll just have that. That is so weird. Oh. I'll go on the back. Right here. Oh, come on, you. Line up. There. Yeah, for some reason I'm missing a lot of the clear blue cheese slopes, which is odd. I have a feeling, I really do think my kids sometimes go through and screw with my stuff just to mess with my brain. Because I'll swear I have them on hand. And then I go to build and I'm missing like a part. Even though I haven't touched the bags and just left, everything in there as I went along. So this is one of the last two things to build. This is the mobile ghost trap. Oh, studs. And I actually haven't used this feature yet on the car besides showing off what it does. So we'll get to see it together for the first time when I actually go to use it for real. Because I haven't seen if it works yet. I just know that it kind of works, at least in theory. Okay. But I haven't tried it. See if it rolls out. Oh, that's what was wrong. This goes on here. There we go. And there. So yeah, little mobile ghost trap. It rolls. All right. Almost done. Last thing is the backlights and the marshmallow bag, which is right here. There you go. One bag of marshmallows, Stay Puft marshmallows. Calm down, Navy. Calm down. Don't punch nobody in their beady little eyes, please. At least, unless it's on Minecraft. You can punch all the ghosts you want on Minecraft. All right. Almost done. So that. We're just going to throw this in the car so I don't lose it. In the car you go. There. And now, hopefully I won't lose that. But I'm going to build the last two lights here. Just moving the car so I can get to the parts. I'll swing this guy back. We'll swing it back around by turning the thing. Wow. Your turn radius sucks, Ghostbuster car. Yeah. I'll show off all the little features in just a sec here. Okay. There's this. There's this. This goes here. I have a feeling I know where those parts are going to go. Oh, wait a minute. Ha! I know what I screwed up on. Looking at the lights now. I'm not missing parts. I'm just a dunderhead. So we'll fix that in just one sec. I'm like, man, I got all these leftover parts down here. What the heck's going on? They're not leftovers. You just put parts in the wrong spot. So let's fix that. Before we do that, we're going to open up the back door. And we're going to slide this guy in. There. We'll see if that works in a sec. And we are going to fix these back lights by taking this part off. There we go. And we'll put the gray there. It's supposed to be like that, with the gray too long instead of the blues. So that would explain why I'm suddenly missing blue cheese slopes when I shouldn't have been. All right. There we go. Hey, suddenly I have 4 more than I had before. And 6 will do me. All right. All right. I should apologize to my kids mentally since I blamed them for stealing my toys. Oh. I remember being about my daughter's age and buying my mom a Spider-Man for her birthday with every intent of playing with it all by myself. To this day, I have not touched that Spider-Man toy. Would you believe that? She still has it. But I have not touched that toy to this day. So you guys all saw the swing out seat. You can see that, like I said, the top, the radar dish, and the sniffer move. The hood opens to reveal this is heavy. To reveal the really cool engine. Like battery cables and the whole deal on here. Let's see. We got the side lights, passenger door and driver's side door do open. You've got, it's hard to see in there, but you've got some detail and in there. You've got the steering wheel. There is a shifter. Oh, man. There is a gas pedal. There's no brake pedal, just a gas pedal. Some gear in there. And, breaking stuff. There we go. This door does open, reveals the interior there a little bit. There is some equipment in the back. If you can see it at all. Don't know how well you can see it at all, but there's some, equipment parts in the back. And then, supposedly, if I pull on the back panel here, which my fingers are so goddamn big, it makes it difficult. Come out of the way, door. Come on, you. There we go. So if I pull on this back panel here, it'll lower the thing, and it should allow. Oh, not what I wanted to have happen. It should allow the ghost trap to pop out. It works. That's great. I want to do that again. All right, sorry guys, you're gonna have to. That's okay. That was fun. Oh, I'm so easily amused, but that was a lot of fun actually. It works. That's fantastic. So, when this set was announced and they showed off that feature, Sony and all that kind of stuff actually had to let people know that yes, the mobile ghost trap was going to be a new piece of equipment that they would be using in the movie. Because Lego kind of gave it away. Anyways, dog hair. Yeah, so there you go. This is the, oh God, do they have the scale on here? Nope, they don't have the scale. Okay. Yeah, so this is the newest Ecto-1 that they released based off the third movie. And let me see if I can get something that's a decent comparison here. There we go. Besides seeing it in my hand, that is a normal coffee mug on its hood. So it's a big boy. Well, you know what, Navy? He can try. We know that Busy's not going to make it here because he's going to be distracted by hookers, crack, and blow. So I'm not worried. All right. That's it for this one. I'm gonna try and figure out what I'm gonna do for the next Sunday. I have a couple ideas. I might do another Let's Build series with something else, but we'll see. But for now, this is it. All done. So you guys can go back to your regular, boring, everyday life. So I'm going to go play with my toys. Actually, I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy food. Something about people needing to eat in the house. All right, guys. Be good. I'll see y'all later. And we're going to end the stream once I get to the button. Later.